If you could snap your fingers and have one thing change about your life, what would you want to be different?
Just to have a mom and a dad in my life, like together, for them to still be together. If I could snap, just for them to be together, because I feel like how much better the outcome would have been if they had stayed together at least till I graduated.
Hey, Malcolm, thanks for coming in and talking. There's a little bit of a special relationship that I have with you, because it's interesting to me, because I held you on my knee when you were like 3 and 4 months old, and fed you, and I've known your mother for almost 40 years, which is crazy.
So crazy.
Isn't that? I mean, it's just wild.
Yeah,
it's just
something else.
It's just absolutely wild. But tell us a little bit about what's gone on in your life. How did you end up coming to Heartlight in the first place? What was going on?
So basically, what really prompted me to go to Heartlight in specific is I was doing really well freshman year. I was about 14. I had a lot of trouble in middle school, depression, anxiety, the normal stuff. I had suicidal ideations at some point, went to a psych, came back. Then it had got so bad, I'd fallen so far, and I went to this program. It really helped. It was like an intercept program to stop me from doing bad things. I came back, and I was doing pretty well freshman year. I was 14, getting good grades, staying out of fights, staying out of trouble. And then I can remember the exact day, January 20th, 2018, about 2 years ago, my parents just said they're getting a divorce, and it kind of just hit me like a truck, metaphorically. I had no idea it was coming. I didn't predict it, nor did I really think it was actually going to happen, even after they told me, So after that, my dad he left, but he didn't leave. I saw him less and less, months apart. He went trucking. He's a very good man. He's a very good dad. Always has been, but he wasn't happy, nor was my mom. And, ever since then, the divorce, I've realized they're happy. So, I always thought if they're happy, I should just be happy. And I had a lot of grief and a lot of underlying problems that I just kind of wanted to keep hitting, you know what I mean? It manifested itself in ways that I never thought would. Even like from 14 to 17 now, so much has changed. I've been through a lot since then, and just having my dad be there and then not be there as much, has been really hard. And even my mom could only do so much because she's a great mother. But there's only so much you can do for your child.
So the divorce didn't cause all this stuff, but it kind of exposed all that stuff. Is that what you're saying?
I guess it did. I was on the right track. Yeah, for sure. In a way, I was on the right track before my parents divorced, and then after that, I feel like I was thrown off by the divorce, and trying to pick up where I left off, even without a father, was just challenging. Not without a father completely, but
Well, he's out trucking across the country.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
True.
I mean, I think divorce hits everybody just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Other things. What else has been going on in your life?
Junior year, I was getting good grades. I was smoking, but I got caught in the bathroom with drugs. I went to a program. I passed the drug test, whatever, and then ever since then I just started ditching class, and then coronavirus came, rolled around. I was in the house so much, and I've always had challenges with my sister. I got anger issues that I'm trying to deal with.
What do you think that anger comes from?
Abandonment and feeling left out from my sister and my dad, I guess, because they're so similar, and I always wanted to, even my sister, I still look up to her to this day, but it's always been challenging just to try and, have a close relationship like we were when we were kids, if you know what I mean. It hasn't been the same for a while, and I think the gap was really wide, but now it's starting to close again just as we're getting older, which I'm thankful for, and hopefully we can rebuild. Anger stems from, obviously with anger there's underlying emotions, there's sadness, there's etc. And there's all types of stuff, but
it seems like that's been going on for a while. I mean, there's been some sadness and anger in your life for a long time.
Mostly just anger for sure, and just abandonment. I guess it comes from for sure.
Do you kind of interpret everything? I mean, some people look at a divorce and your parents are happier, but
Right.
Did you take it as abandonment? And then
I did. I took it from my dad's side, abandonment. And then my sister went off to college, and I was just like 15, like, where do I go from here? And I had no idea, and that's why drugs came in, fighting, all this stuff.
So you were really a lot closer to everybody than what it looked like on the outside. If you could snap your fingers and have one thing change about your life, just like this, like, okay, I want one thing to change. What would you want to be different?
Just to have a mom and a dad in my life, like together, for them to still be together. If I could snap, just for them to be together. Because I feel like sometimes I get emotional, even to this day, thinking about how much better the outcome would have been if they had stayed together at least till I graduated. You know what I mean? Just for that little piece.
Wow.
It just makes me wonder, for sure.
So when your mom says, hey, we got to do something different, was that a shock?
No, I came here willingly.
Just going, I need something.
I do. As an individual, I think I'm very open to change, and I'm not afraid of it. If it means that I can be a better person, not only for myself, but to my son, to my mom, my dad, my sister.
Okay, you just mentioned your son. I was going to let you bring it up, but how old's your son?
He's 10 months. No, he's 11 months.
11 months old.
He'll be a year next month.
Yeah,
so,
isn't that crazy?
Birthday's coming up. It is. It's been a
I
ride.
mean, and I think this will change the way that you parent your son. It will make all the difference in the world. And and then you look at it. You look at the stuff that's happened in your life. I think one of the biggest challenges that anybody has is how to take the stuff that's happened and turn it into something that's good, so that you go, okay, everybody wins out of this.
Right.
Rather than everybody losing. You're probably focusing more on what I've lost.
Right.
But really, you're probably gaining some insights to things that
agree.
you go, okay, I'm going to do it different.
I think everything happens for a reason. I do believe in God, but there's also things things happen for a reason. I think I had a son for a reason. Like, it's really taught me a lot that I couldn't learn if I hadn't had him. I think every child is a blessing, and I care for him so much. But I just feel like I'm that much more mature, and I see things different just because I have a child. It teaches you a lot, especially as a father. Me being 17, I was so scared. Like 15 when I found out, I was just like, whoa, like, what do I do? But my dad always taught me you got to be there for him, and
that's cool.
I don't want to be another dad that's not there for his child. I want to be there for him forever and always.
Yeah. Okay, tell me about the relationship with your mom.
Oh, wow. Like, even through the darkest times, she's always been there, just because she can relate. She's was, from what I've heard, she's told me we are a lot, like, we're very similar from, like, when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
And, it's, like, since I was born, like, she's always been there. Through my darkest times, through the best times,
Wow.
She's an amazing woman. She makes, I try to make her proud. That's why, I'm doing this for myself, but I'm really doing this for my family.
Most people don't know that she lived with us when she was 14 years old.
Yeah.
That's how I met her. And so there's a part of me that has always, she has taken things in her life and turned it into something good. And I think that's just the way that generations kind of happen. You learn from what you experience, and you take it and you make it better for your kids and everything else. So one day you'll be able to look back at this time and laugh at it, and just go, I go, man, that was a crazy time, wasn't it? Hey, thanks for coming in and sharing, man. This is great. This is great. It's great to spend some time with you.
For sure.
And
hey, likewise.
I hope we get to spend more time together.
Yes, sir.
You bet.